everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, today I'm going to talk about knowing yourself and the prevention of domestic abuse. Before that, subscribe to the channel, give your comments, like and share the video, okay? So let's go. Well, I talked before in other videos about the PDA, so the prevention of domestic abuse. And well, I talk about knowing yourself and self-defense too before, okay? And now, I'm going to talk about how knowing yourself is going to help the prevention of domestic abuse. So, first of all, prevention of domestic abuse is important. Why? Because the goal here is to avoid domestic abuse. Avoid it, okay? And how you think, well, is going, how you think, how you understand things, how you can see things, has a lot of weight in prevention of domestic abuse. That's the goal. Avoid problems, okay? Avoid domestic abuse. Avoid violence. That's the goal. So, knowing yourself. I can talk about a man or a woman, of course. Man or a woman. Of course, I talked before about domestic abuse in relationships between a man and a woman, okay, that live in the same house, okay? Of course, I can talk about other relatives, that can live in the same house, other relatives, and okay? But knowing yourself, okay, it's very important. It's work. Knowing yourself is work, and you must know that, well, you have good things, you have bad things, but you can get better. You can get better. You can improve yourself. Okay, you have bad things. You must acknowledge that, okay? You must acknowledge first. You must acknowledge that, well, I have bad things or I have addictions, okay? There are people that have addictions, okay? Some addictions, they are very bad. Some addictions that are, well, just, they are bad, but they are not too bad, okay? But you must solve it, because addiction is not good. Addictions are not good. So you must solve. That's a problem. Addictions are problems. You must solve problems, okay? Find solutions to the problems. And first of all, you must acknowledge, okay? Acknowledge that you have bad things or you have addictions, and you know that you have problems, so you will find solutions. Okay, you are going to, of course, you can get help from, of course, from doctors or from people that can help you, maybe your family, maybe your friends, well, whatever. So you must solve problems, okay? Knowledge first, knowledge that you have bad things, that you have or addictions, then you must try to solve problems, find solutions, okay? And, well, in the relationships, for example, if you know that, well, you have maybe some method, maybe you must avoid some action, or be in places that you don't want to be, because you know that some places, if you are there, you're going to feel bad, you're going to feel uncomfortable, you're going to feel bad, and maybe you can have bad reactions, because that's the way it is. And or maybe you are not with good humor, okay? You are not with good humor, so you don't want to be in a certain place. But of course, if you have a good self-control, talking about emotional control, if you have a good self-control, okay, you can go there and it's going to be, you can control yourself, you can, no problem, okay, you know how you are, you know what's going to happen, or maybe some surprise that can, well, you can, you know how you can react, but sometimes there are people that cannot control themselves, and of course people must know how they are. People must know themselves, so if a person, a man or a woman, doesn't matter, knows himself or knows herself, well, he knows that maybe I'm not gonna be there, maybe, well, or maybe I'm not going to talk about this or talk about that, maybe I must solve first my problems, okay? But know themselves, really, okay? That's a work that everybody must do, and that's something that is going to have a lot of weight in the prevention of domestic abuse. Okay? Don't forget empathy. Of course, empathy is very important, as I told before. So you must think in the other person. Okay? You must try to. Maybe sometimes it's hard, it's difficult, but you must think, well, that person is in this situation, that circumstances, well, you must think that, but you must know yourself. You must know yourself. You know how you are. You know how you're going to react in some things you don't like. Of course, there are things that we like. There are things that we don't like. But of course, if you don't like something, okay, you don't like it, you must avoid it, of course. If you cannot avoid it, that's different thing, of course. But you try to avoid, but okay, you cannot avoid for any reason, well, you are going to be aware, well, you are not going to feel comfortable, but well, you must be there, you don't have no options, okay, but you must control yourself, you must have a good self-control, and well, do whatever you have to do, So, conclusion, know yourself is very important, because if you know yourself, if you acknowledge that you have bad things, we all have, nobody's perfect, we all have good things, we all have bad things, So, acknowledge your problems, your bad things, or your addictions, if you have some kind of addiction, whatever it is. Try to solve your problems, and try to avoid things or situations that you are not going to control yourself, This is very important. And this way you are going to avoid problems. You are going to avoid, well, maybe cases of domestic abuse. So, know yourself is important for the prevention of domestic abuse. Well, that's it. This is all for today. See you next time.